All right, thanks, Chip. In the news this morning, an officer continues to recover this morning after a crash in Ringgold.
That crash involved multiple vehicles near the Battlefield Parkway exit. Investigators have not yet confirmed which police agency was involved. A tractor trailer was severely damaged in that crash. No word yet if the driver of that vehicle was injured. The Tennessee Highway Patrol is working with Georgia officials on this investigation. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam came to Chattanooga to sign the Improve Act into law. It's an initiative which will bring $90 million of road improvements to the split. Governor Haslam says it'll enhance public safety and help employers bring more jobs to the Chattanooga area. He believes it will also make the area safer for the more than 130,000 commuters every day.
2 or 3 years ago. We're actually cutting taxes for manufacturers, people like McKee Foods and Volkswagen and others. That will encourage them to add more jobs here instead of some other place.
Those legislations will also fund almost 1,000 road and bridge projects.
And here's Alexandria and Alicia.
Thanks, Randy.
An officer continues to recover this morning after a crash in Ringgold.
That crash involved multiple vehicles near the Battlefield Parkway exit. Investigators have not yet confirmed which police agency was involved. A tractor trailer was severely damaged in that crash. No word yet if the driver of that vehicle was injured. The Tennessee Highway Patrol is working with Georgia officials on this investigation. A man is behind bars in Chattanooga this morning and is charged with the stabbing death of a woman over the weekend. The suspect is 57-year-old Tyrone Murphy. He was taken into custody on Sunday night. Police say they were called to Bailey Avenue around 9 p.m. on Sunday. Only on News 12 will you see this exclusive video from the scene. Detectives say they found the body of 30-year-old Ashley Cates, who had suffered several stab wounds inside of the apartment. Murphy now faces charges of criminal homicide and tampering with evidence.
In the news this morning, Dalton police continue their search for a woman who disappeared while visiting Whitfield County around Memorial Day.
Police say 34-year-old Stacy Griggs Leadingham was visiting from West Virginia. While in North Georgia, officials say she was staying at the Motel 6 on Chattanooga Road. Clerks told police she checked out on May 29th, and police say that was the last day she was seen by friends. If you know where she is, you're asked to contact the Dalton police. In other news, an early Monday morning crash claimed the life of a well-known former pro motorcyclist. State troopers say the wreck happened just after 2 Central Time. Kevin Rentzel was driving a dump truck along Highway 41 just inside of Marion County when he went off the left side of the road and hit a tree. Rentzel was an 8-time national sprint champion and a 4-time national endurance champion. The cold case unit in Chattanooga solved another case. The Hamilton County District Attorney General's office identified the victim of a Christmas Day fire in 2013 as 25-year-old Joshua Zippier of East Ridge. The original report indicated that the person died of acute alcohol overdose. The report also said that the abandoned restaurant was a frequent hangout for homeless people.
There was similarities between a missing person and an unidentified, and I just started looking what can we do to see if there are, what are the similarities. One of the things that realized that the dental records were on file, and the medical examiner's office had dental for the unidentified, and reached out to Dr. Blockley and had him compare those records for us.
The district attorney's staff estimates there are about 200 unsolved cases here in Hamilton County.
The 2018 budget for Hamilton County is only 2 weeks away from being finalized.
Mayor Jim Coppinger presented the new budget to commissioners yesterday, and the good news is there's no tax increase for the 10th year straight. Bill Mitchell has the story. Welcome back. Officials with Erlanger and the Dallas Bay Volunteer Fire Department are teaming up to lead a CPR initiative. People gathered at the Dallas Bay Volunteer Fire Department last night to learn about a push to get residents CPR certified. They will cater classes to the community and go to different locations. The goal is to get 60% of the Dallas Bay residents CPR certified.
If I can do 1,800 people in a year, I'll do 1,800 people in a year. But just however long it takes, we're not actually setting no date goal. We just want it done, and so the quicker we can get done, the better off everybody's going to be.
If you're interested in taking a CPR class, contact the Dallas Bay Volunteer Fire Department for more information. Alicia, the Tennessee Department of Transportation says about 130,000 cars pass through the split in Hamilton County every day. They anticipate 20% more cars on the road over the next 20 years. And this money would make your commute a lot smoother.
Well, if you're looking for a new and interesting workout, some say catfish noodling is a good one. You just dive on in there and bring out that big old catfish.
In this edition of Tennessee Valley Adventures, Jamal Williams, of course, Jamal would do this, gets his hands literally on a catfish in the Tennessee River. Take a look.
But technically, Jamal didn't actually catch one.
He didn't really catch it. He had a grip on it, and then
he had a grip on it.
Good
Slipped
effort.
Away.
A for effort, Jamal.
But he did get a picture with holding one.
He did.
He did.
Slow clap.
Slow clap. In the news, fifth graders at Lakeside Academy quickly found out that even the smallest things, like a little hug, can make a big impact on our world.
We're taking you inside their Earth Day celebration. News 12's David Moore has another example of what's right with our schools. While it's not officially summer yet, your kids are out of school and you may be looking for something to keep them occupied. That's where Closed Door Entertainment steps in. They're hosting a theater summer camp, and joining me now is the owner, J.C. Smith, and Alana, one of Ariel's Little Mermaid sisters. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
I guess you had to travel a long way to get here.
Yes, I did.
Yes, a lot of swimming. All right, so first of all, just talk a little bit about, for those who don't know, what Closed Door Entertainment is and what you guys are doing this summer.
Sure. Closed Door Entertainment is a local nonprofit theater company. Everyone involved is a volunteer and local, so we typically put on major Broadway musicals, either at Memorial Auditorium's Robert Kirk Walker or at other venues. We also do children's theater and children's musicals, but this summer we're doing a youth theater camp. This is, I think, our 4th year straight doing it. And over the course of the process of the 2 weeks, they not only get to learn all about how theater works, including stage combat and technical theater, they get to learn how to audition and then audition for a show. In this case, it's Little Mermaid Junior.
Very cool. And how has your experience been so far?
It's been great. Honestly, like, they're just the best people that I've come to know. I haven't been on land very long, but it's been great.
Good. And what ages are you guys taking?
Sure, we take ages 7 to 14 for this camp.
Wonderful. And just talk a bit about what you guys do to help kids get there. Maybe they might be shy, they might not be able to, perform, but you guys will help them be able to do that.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite experiences, usually every camp we wind up with a number of parents who say, my child is shy, they don't really sing much or talk much, but they're the ones that wind up being the most vibrant on stage. It's always shocking for parents. But we work with some incredible local professionals. Leah Carroll is our music director, and Nolan Berry is the director of the show itself. And then we bring in local specialists, everyone from like Kevin Bartolomucci, who's one of the longest running improv directors in town, or members of the local 140 from the union to talk about technical theater. So they get to learn every facet and learn, even if they don't want to be on stage, there's always a place in theater for everyone.
And this is a day camp, Monday through Friday. Okay, what are those times?
8 to 3, and of course you can check them in about 7:45. They'll all be held at Harrison United Methodist Church, which is on Highway 58, about 5 minutes off of 153.
Wonderful. And where can parents go and sign up their kids if they want to be a part of it?
Absolutely. On our website, www.cdoorent.com/CDEcamp.
Thank you so much, JC and Alana.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more News 12 Now this morning. Welcome back. It's Tuesday, and it's time now for Dollars and Cents. Chris Hopkins from Barnett & Company is here to share all the latest financial news. Good morning. Always
good morning.
To see you.
Good to see you too, Alexandria.
There's so many things going on right now.
Right.
First, I want to hit home with what we were just talking about with students regarding their financial questions, I guess, on how to go through life, because many of them don't know how to deal with it.
Boy, that is so true. There was just the results of an international exam given to 15-year-olds were just released, and it turned out that American kids don't do so well. We might kind of already have an idea of that. In fact, about twice as bad as Chinese and Russian kids in terms of their basic financial understanding, just basic concepts, balancing a budget, borrowing money, what is interest, how does it work, how do you buy a house? Well, there are obviously lifelong consequences associated with making mistakes early on. Take the financial aid, student loan crisis, for example.
Yes.
Just in the last 5 years, the amount of student loans has increased by 50%.
Wow.
It's almost $1.5 trillion, more than car loans, more than credit cards, and it sticks with you sometimes for a lifetime. So the point is that I think we all recognize the time now is to focus on more education in the high school aimed at basic financial concepts, those kinds of things that we do every day, take for granted. We can't just assume that kids know that without having been taught.
So teach them young so they can avoid some crises later on in their life.
Absolutely, that's a great investment that'll pay off throughout the rest of their life.
Okay, and another one, this is my favorite one. Walmart is now having some of their employees drop off packages in their personal cars.
Well, this is a pilot project they've got in Arkansas and New Jersey. They're giving it a try, but you're exactly right. The idea is you can go online, order something from Walmart.com. The next day, it's shipped to the Walmart store, and an employee volunteers to drive in their car and deliver packages after their work shift. Now, they will be paid, and they'll be paid overtime if necessary. And the concept here is that 90% of Americans live within 10 miles of a Walmart. So it sounds good in principle, right? But doesn't the mind wander what could possibly go wrong with this idea?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
As you'd even said, what if there are accidents? What's the liability to Walmart, to the driver? Do you really want your Walmart associate knowing where you live, for example? You know, when the brown truck pulls up, you know that these people deliver for a living. So, you know, my prediction here is this is an experiment that probably will be
It's not going to take off.
No, not going to take off, I don't think.
Okay, and another question, 401ks, is it ever safe to borrow from them? Say you need a little money for something.
Sure, well, you almost hesitate to acknowledge that you can do that, right? Because the advice is don't. But there are times, unexpected medical bills, for example, where it may be the last resort. And you are often allowed to borrow from a 401k, but there are some real pitfalls. You want to make that an absolute last resort, and then don't goof up on paying it back.
Okay, always great to have you. If you have some financial questions for Chris, you can head on over to Barnett & Company. He's located on 1300 Broad Street. We'll be right back with more News 12 Now this morning.
About it, Alexandria?
I have, honestly, there's so many.
Clothes?
Well, I love clothes, yes. Probably, I'm trying to think of something unique. Maybe some candles. There's probably one out there. There's so many box subscriptions you can do now.
That might be the most random answer.
It's candles, a little sandalwood, a little vanilla bean. Right?
I just didn't expect that from you. But
no, candles. I love candles.
But I did like that response.
What
I
about
think I would take, well, probably some cheese from Wisconsin or something.
Some Wisconsin cheese.
Some Wisconsin cheese, some little Danish kringle in there.
Okay.
And then batteries, because who likes to buy batteries?
Batteries? Each month?
I hate buying batteries.
That would be a lot of batteries to have them come.
Yeah, I know. We use a lot with our little
You
toys.
Oh, yeah, you have a lot of, yeah that's true. Chip, what would you subscribe to?
Wouldn't be batteries.
It would be bacon.
It would be bacon.
I forgot.
Could you imagine a nice gourmet box of Benton's bacon every month?
Yes.
I'd get one of those.
Yeah, I'd be all over that.
I'd get one of those.
As long as you share with us.
All over that. Gourmet bacon. Let's just make a great band name, wouldn't it? Gourmet bacon.
You should start it.
Comments on air later this hour. And before we get to your answers, Chip and Alexandria, let's talk about the study a little bit. They looked at people ages 14 to 24, and these participants were asked questions like, do you feel lonely or depressed while using these apps? And people concluded that, well, take a guess first.
Instagram.
All right, Chip. You can choose from, you know, Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter,
Snapchat, YouTube.
What about stickanifeinmyeye.com?
That's not an app.
That's not an app.
How do you know?
Not yet.
Might be.
Not yet an
Actually,
app.
I'm not sure on that question. I respectfully defer to the younger generation.
Alexandra, you are right.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
It makes sense.
Instagram.
Makes a lot of sense. Because you compare yourself to other people sometimes. You look at their lives and you think, oh, they have something better. Well, that's not true.
Probably because of the filters, too.
And yeah, it makes you look prettier.
Makes you look better.
Yeah.
Which makes some people feel worse.
Yep,
but
that makes sense.
So does tequila.
The study did conclude that YouTube made people feel better, though.
Because there's so many funny videos.
Probably because of the cat
puppies.
videos.